My name's Drew with Donk Boys Overland, and this is my 2014 Chevy Silverado. It's full of plenty DIY builds, some cool gear, so let's go ahead and dive in. So why trust me? Well, I've been building my Overland rig for about a year. And in that time, I've done numerous passes. I've gotten to meet many amazing people. I've been able to go in, ask the questions, and really spend a year learning what the Overland community is all about. And with that, I've made many mistakes of my own, and I'm hoping that this video might teach you a little bit about some of those mistakes. So let's go ahead and start doing that review. Well, let's start with the front end. I have a cheapo 3-inch lift on it right now with possible plans to upgrade. I've got a 3-inch lift in the front, or 3.5 in the front. I've got a 4-inch lift in the back to counterbalance all of that weight because it does sag, so I wanted to make sure I got rid of that California squat. As you can see, I do have some pod lights. As for the front of this, it's mostly completely stock for the rest of it. My plans eventually get a front steel bumper, and then I'm gonna buy myself a synthetic winch, personally because I believe that they're safer. All right. In the back, I really don't have much going on for back seats other than some storage stuff. I have the little behind the head purse holders, really cheap. I think I got these off of Amazon, Temu, something like that. But back here, binoculars, and I have this cool little gear bag that I actually won at Overland Mountain Expo. Here I have my dromedary bag, some extra hats, socks, just some oh no thing. As for the back of this thing, the topper is what originally made me buy the truck. So I bought this thing on a used lot. I knew I wanted something that was reliable, that I could beat, and just use abused, but it also needed to be my daily driver. But when I saw this topper, this is exactly what made me buy this truck. All right, so as you can see, we have some gear. Starting over here, we have my Morphlate, which I'll be rolling some footage right now. And the reason I went with my Morphlate compressor is because it was the one that I saw that I personally love the most. It has a digital display. You're able to set it, leave it. You don't have to do anything with it. You just have to set your preferred PSI and you let it lie. Next to that is my Milwaukee tool bag. It holds all of my gear that is like mismatched tools, zip ties, gloves, things to pick up trash, just anything that I might need, extra bolts, stuff like that. This is my Craftsman wrenches. I probably could condense this down, but I like the comfort of having everything that I actually have with me. I just know that if I have or need a tool, that I already have it. And then fire extinguisher, and then my shovel for multiple reasons. I've used it to pick up other people's trash if it's really, really gross. I personally pack out with me, so I'll shovel up my fire pits like you're supposed to. So on the back of this thing, we don't have too much going on from stock. I got a ladder rack off of, I want to say Amazon, something cheap like that. And then my dad and I worked here. Went ahead and customized this, welded and repainted, which it really needs a good touch up. But for right now, it's holding. I went ahead and adjusted the camera real quick so that way you could see the top and all that other kind of stuff. But as for the back, right now, I have a stock bumper, which has been beaten up. I've got a little Max Trax trash bag, so that way I can take everything I need to with me and keep hitting the trail. And it's also nice to have somewhere to throw your trash, especially if you're out hiking, say you find somebody else's trash, you have a place to throw it away. As for the back of this is my creme de la creme. This is where all the magic happens. You can see that. The gear, the fun stuff, the reason you clicked on this video, what's happening, what does he have, all that fun stuff. So let's get going and pulling some stuff out, okay? So there's a lot of gear here that I already love, that I will make several videos on, but this is just a normal Walmart box on a wheel, and I found that it fits my water perfectly, which was one of my biggest problems off-roading when I didn't have anything. I would drop water, I would, like, it'd spill, it'd fall, I'd ratchet it 3-4 times over. I swear that thing would jump out. But this has been a perfect way to keep it locked in, is just using the handle of this Walmart bin. I don't know, I think it's kind of innovative. I also here have my Devos Light Ranger. I'll cut to a clip of that right here. But I love this thing, one of the best things I've bought. It turns your campsite from 0 visibility to like it might as well be day. I have the filters and different stuff like that, so that way I can use orange light to keep the bugs not as attracted to it, but it goes up to, I think, about 10 feet. It's crazy, it's awesome, I love this thing. All right, move the water over. In here I have things like clean plates, pans, clean pans. I have my sink, which we'll get back to later. I have some other types of quick need recovery gear that can be stored away but isn't in here. So that's kind of what this bin is a little bit of everything. It has my lights, and it has one of the most cool pieces of gear I have, and I'm about to show that. Alrighty, so this little guy is my sink, or my sink nozzle, sink pump, whatever you want to call it. But and this has a separate home that I will show you here soon. But this is by Lone Rock Concept, which they're pretty cool. I've made a few things for them over on TikTok. They've sent me a free hoodie, which I really appreciate. I fell in love with that hoodie as soon as I saw it on their advertising. So I reached out with a, do I have to sell my soul to you in order to get this hoodie? Put you unscrew. This cool little adapter piece. They make different kinds for Rotopacks and all kinds of different pieces. I believe that this is what they have trademarked, is this piece here. But I like the actual pump, I like the colors. I'm a loser for some green and white. But there you go, there's my sink. Well, as you can see, there's more gear sitting back here. So this front bin is my sleeping stuff. My back one, there's a diesel heater, and I use 2 roller cam straps so that when I pull it, they pull together. This bag here is my ladder for my tent, which stays good and pinched between here and the propane. I also have a steel fire pit sitting back there that you can't see right now. So that way, if there's not a fire ring, or they want me to use a steel fire pit, depending on where I'm going, that I have one as an option. I have 2 propane tanks here. This is my smaller one. This one is for my cooking. It's one of the cooler new bags that they're doing, one of the custom styled bags, which I just fell in love with. And then this one back here is my larger one. It is for my Igknik propane fire pit. Well, I can't forget the Max Tracks here, which come very handy. They're also connected with the roller cam Max Track mount hold. I think it's something like that. But this is for now the best I decided to come up with. That needs to be a little bit more tightened. Obviously I've hit the trails a little hard. But now dog boys, what is this? What is this weird wooden thing? Well, this, if you must know, is my drawer slider that I've built. And I'll get to what all of this fun stuff is here in a second. But in here, I have my utensils, my forks, my spoons, my cooking stuff, my salts, my peppers, anything I need to cook. This here is my little pots when I can't by myself, because I don't eat that much when it's just me. And I'm really lazy when it comes to cooking. So if I'm cooking for myself, it's going to probably be potato pearl soup or ramen or something very easy to boil, simple one-man meal. And then also sits here is where I keep my stove stored, which just comes out easily. Now all of this I built. I did have some help from family, friends, for hardware ideas, for helping me stain the finished product, stuff like that. I got help with from my family, and as I was saying, friends, but the idea is purely mine, and I can show you what I mean by that when we get around the other side. But first I want to show out why I did it the way I did. I made it so that this cutting board could perfectly fit here, because it's my sink. And then this, my water, comes up here. Put it a little bit back so she has a little more framing, but there you go. Now I have a perfectly working sink. Here's where I was saying that this thing gets pretty custom. I made it so that everything perfectly fits my setup. I have a knockoff battery pack here. Eventually I'll probably get one that's name brand, but for now, right, it charges my diesel heater throughout the night. It does its job. I have never had any problems with it. So I'm happy with what I got from this little cheap, maybe $120 one I got on Amazon. Here I have my kinetic rope. You need one of those. Don't use a tow strap, use a kinetic rope. It has more bungee. You're able to put more force. You're able to do what you need to do, get somebody out a lot better. And here stores my clean waste go anywhere toilet. It's on a wag bag system, so that way I'm able to pack out all that kind of stuff. Here's some wag bags here. And then I have my Speedy Seal ARB tire recovery. If you watched my other video the other day, you'll see that we actually did a trail and had to patch up my buddy's tire. Hello. So this is my area that I call the grab stuff area. So I come over here to quickly grab what I need. So this bin is my layers. It's got my jackets, it's got my pants, it's got thermals, it's got everything that I need to warm up. Something I recently just added to this bin is my cool downs. Something I had never thought about before was being in a situation where I needed to get rid of layers, or I'm wearing a hoodie and wish to God that I had a sweatshirt, or not sweatshirt, but a t-shirt, was something that I never thought about before until it happens. And that's a big part of what I'm learning that the overlanding community is you go out, you try, you fail, you learn, and then your stuff you bring with you next time is going to be better. Here I also have my extra cooking stuff. So this is more of my dishes that I need to do. So it's like my scrubs, my camp suds, which is a sustainable outdoors cooking, or not cooking, but dishwashing soap. And then this is my quick bag here. It has my things I need fast: Sharpie, lighter, scissors, and then it has some basic first aid stuff in here. Welcome inside of the truck. Well, let's talk about what we have going in here. So there really isn't much. It's stock. But the one thing that I have added here is my wolf box, which is this guy right here, which is a digital camera that allows me to see through the hardtopper I think you can get it off of Amazon as well. A lot of the stuff I get off is Amazon. All right, let's get to the top of this thing. So one thing that I didn't mention before is that behind me is beautiful Mount Elbert and Mount Massive. I think I got those backwards, but it's okay. And this is my rooftop tent. So this is the Nature Nest rooftop tent, and this thing has become my pride and joy. It's affordable, it's easy to set up, it's got 2 poles in total, which I just absolutely love the convenience aspect of that. This is the other thing I love about this tent. I love the pockets that it came with. It came with plenty of storage. There's pockets on the right side, left side, and even on the roof, which has this little bit of insulation bubble, layer. So it's really nice. And then I love this clear pocket design, where I'm able to actually access the camera itself, because I can lay here and I can put a movie in it, and I can leave it, lay down, put my head on a pillow, and just watch a movie. And I love that. And here's what all of that looks like. There's that gap between my toes and the bottom like I was talking about, so there's just plenty of room in this tent. But there you have it, a full walk around my truck, packed, prepped, and ready for adventure. So if you like this video, at this time I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, even leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll be sure to get back to you about the gear that I have, why I bought it, any other those type of questions you want to know. And thank you so much.